I am super happy to do this one. Particularly happy because two of my best friends uh, are Virgo and Scorpio, and they're finally together. But it's been a long time coming. I still remember freshman year. Uh, One of them used to be a bandmate of mine, and so he was calling, and he's brother. He's been in my life for a long, long time. We've been inseparable ever since, and we had all sorts of past lives together. But in any case, freshman year of college, about 4 years ago, I still remember the moment in which I was talking to him on the phone, and my other friend, she came knocking on my door at the dorms, and I just felt this clicking of they need to meet. And so I was talking to Jake, my, doesn't matter, you don't know who, he'd be super private and secretive, and, oh, my name, mention, whatever. But, so, I mentioned to my buddy that he should talk to this girl. I handed the phone over, and, I could feel it then. There was this amazing clicking, and he hates talking on the phone as a Scorpio. There you go. And she's super shy as a Virgo, and they just ended up talking for I don't even remember how long, but like maybe 15 minutes or so, which was strange because like she was knocking to get plans going and stuff. So it's a complete digression, and but it's been a long time coming because ever since then there's been some challenges in coming together, but they're together now, and Scorpio and Virgo is a very, very beautiful relationship, both literally and figuratively. Just like I mentioned in the Aries Gemini video, um, Scorpio and Virgo, when you take the two natal charts and you make a composite, when you find the midpoint between the energies, they make a Libra relationship. And Libra is ruled by Venus. It's about love, harmony, and in a love relationship or in any relationship, it's not like having Taurus or Venus as the composite chart is necessary to make it a loving relationship, affectionate. Every single relationship has the potential to be loving, to be affectionate, to be exactly what the people need, and very, fulfilling. But there is something to be said in a love relationship, especially that has the composite sun of either Libra or Taurus, and of any relationship, but again, especially romantic ones. So let's explore this. You have a fixed water sign, Scorpio, and a mutable earth sign, Virgo. Both are very shy. They are not very flashy, not very showy. They like to feel things out by common sense in the sense of Virgo, or by deep instinct and gut feelings and emotions, potentially very deep emotions, in the sense of Scorpio. They combine to make Libra, cardinal air, and it's such a fascinating turn of energies, because here you have again the very dark, watery, emotional Scorpio, um, able to see through lies in an instant, able to understand people's motives in an instant, um, ruled by Mars and Pluto. And then you have Virgo, ruled by Mercury, making Venus. It's so very different, and it's been really funny not to use my friends as a case study, and I know they would both of them for me doing this, but I'll keep it as private as possible. Um, but it's really incredible to me. It's really funny too to see as individuals very shy people, but when they come together, and even now after they've been together and they've influenced each other's lives so much, and they're around each other all the time, this new side to them comes out. The Libra other side comes out. This balanced, harmonious, more open, um, into talking more, into conversating with people more. Um, with both of them, I know, and it's very, very common with the energies of Virgo and Scorpio to feel awkward around other people, to feel kind of like they don't know what to say, and I've seen this in other relationships between Venus and Scorpios as well. But when they come together, they really balance each other out perfectly, and they give each other confidence, and they give each other the stability. There's just something changed in the minds as well. Again, considering it's Libra and a very intellectual, it's an air sign. It uses the minds, conversating, people, which is very, very much the antithesis in so many ways to Scorpio and Virgo energies on their own. When these two energies come together, it really does change the natives' minds, and it changes their ability to see and perceive the world. The normally very paranoid Scorpio, the very secretive Scorpio, with Virgo, again, earth and water, they're sextile. They have wonderful natural chemistry together. And, Scorpio is really looking for stability. In all of the watery turmoil that's happening, stability is absolutely crucial. Just like with any of the water signs. And, when Earth is looking for, whether they know it consciously or not, very times it's very unconscious, but it could be conscious. Earth is looking for emotion. They're looking for nurturing. They're looking for something. Again, it's the analogy of dry earth and water. They both need each other to grow and to be able to yield something, to be able to operate at the best of their potential. And in this case, with Virgo very much, even if it's mutable and it's very scattered in so many ways, it provides a solid earth base for Scorpio. And it, this manifests as Scorpios can be extremely secretive about their sex lives, about their needs, about emotional needs. They're very possessive people. Out of all of the signs, they are the most possessive, except maybe its partner sign of Taurus. And Virgo understands that. They respect that. They serve that. They help the Scorpio to unlock some of the more darker parts of their psyche. Just because Scorpio trusts Virgo. Because Virgo is trustworthy. Virgo doesn't play games. Virgo doesn't mess with emotions. They can be a little nitpicky, but Scorpio honestly finds that cute more than anything. And, as long as it's not, a knife to the heart nitpicky, and, that's a challenge, definitely, for the Virgo native, whether female or male, to not be nitpicky. But, as a Virgo, if you are a Virgo, I'm sure you know that already. Nitpickiness is a hallmark of Virgo. But right, before we cover challenges, let's cover the beautiful parts too. I was on a roll. So, right, again, Scorpio feels they can trust Virgo, and trust and loyalty is everything to a Scorpio. Once Scorpio gives that trust and loyalty, it's absolute. It's, unless it's gut-wrenchingly, heart-wrenchingly betrayed, in which case your guy, that Scorpio, will probably kill you. If not physically, then emotionally. And Scorpios, it's not good to kill people, alright? Alright, good. Glad we got that settled. Oh, goodness. But Virgo really does, in a very special way, unlock those sides to Scorpio. Because Virgo also provides fascinating perspective. Being ruled by Mercury, they have a very interesting look on things. They're able to understand things and break them down. And, this applies to emotions as well and experiences. And so Scorpio will try and sift through emotions with their Virgo partner. And, the Virgo's able to make sense of the emotions, in perhaps a way that the Scorpio never thought of. Their perspective is elucidating for the emotional, deep, dark Scorpio. And it gives them power, because ultimately what's Scorpio after? Understanding themselves and mastering themselves. Out of all the signs, they're into mastering themselves and being okay with who they are. And there's a couple of different symbols for Scorpio. You have the scorpion here on Earth, and then after rebirth and rebirth and rebirth and rebirth and rebirth, you have the transmutation into the eagle. And that's why you see so many infamous Scorpios in history, and infamous people with very strong Scorpio energy. Charles de Gaulle, for example. Teddy Roosevelt. Um, there's a lot. Look him up for yourself. Um, I feel like I have a video that explores famous Scorpios. Maybe Sun in Scorpio. I don't know, but Google Sun Scorpio, you'll find them. And again, that's the beautiful highest manifestation of Scorpio energy, is understanding the self so much that they rise above themselves, rise above psychological complexes, rise above hurt feelings and vengeance and grudges and stupid shit like that, to understand their emotional experiences and to appreciate them, and to reconcile the hurt and pain in their lives. Because ultimately, Scorpio is a very loving sign. It's a very sensitive sign. It's just that that's not communicated to most signs. They don't get that about Scorpio, you know? Virgo does get that. Virgo understands that, at the heart of this very emotionally turbulent individual, there's somebody that is full of such huge love and compassion. Don't buy for a second all the stupid stereotypes of Scorpio of, them being, when I say dark, I just mean the ability to go into the dark, to explore the dark, If anything, I picture Scorpio when they're in the dark with a lantern. Although they're extremely comfortable at, bathing in the dark with complete lack of light. But ultimately, Scorpio energy is about transmuting the dark into light. And Virgo helps Scorpio do that. Not only by their perspective, but by their mere presence, by their ability to trust Virgo. And it's a beautiful relationship. Again, it's earth and water, so it can take a little while to get going. But once it gets going, man, it just continues. Because imagine a garden of fertile earth, of constantly fertile earth, with a steady supply of water. Steady flow supply of water. It's just going to keep growing, and just going to keep growing, and just going to keep growing. So this brings me to a challenge. As with any Scorpio relationship with another individual, it's very important that the Scorpio does not flood the earth with water, does not act inappropriately with their emotions. Now, inappropriately simply means in a harmful way, in a extreme way, in a very dramatic way, It can be very easy, all too easy for Scorpio at the lower manifestation of its energies to emotionally overreact to things, and to project all their incredible watery power. Again, fucking Mars and Pluto, man, they're powerful planets, and Scorpio energy is the perfect embodiment of these two planets, their deep, powerful side. And so it's very important for Scorpio, again, to rebirth, to master this lower level manifestation of energies, of overreaction, of and this isn't just like a very outward overreaction. There can be an inward overreaction. In fact, that's usually how it manifests for Scorpio, where cantankerous feelings come about, very much similar to the passive aggressive nature of Cancers. And I know it well with my Cancer energies. It's something that we all have to work through with water, our sensitivity and our learning how to deal with our sensitivity. It's a tough road, but we got to get through it, And ultimately, it's beautifully it has beautiful rewards that never could have come about unless we ventured into the dark, unless we lived through the times that later on we go, oh my God, I can't believe I acted that way, It's very important for us to learn how to channel our water energy, our nurturing, our loving energy. And again, along the way for Scorpio, sometimes the lessons needed to be learned include some experiences in which overreaction occurs. So, luckily for Virgo, luckily for Scorpio, really, Virgo, even in the midst of overreactions, they understand that ultimately they're coming from a place of love. That Scorpio's coming from a place of love, and that they can take it. Virgos are tough fucking people, They're Earth, and with that mercurial element to them, that planet influence, they understand things. So they totally see through the bullshit of Scorpio right away. When Scorpio is just acting ridiculous, acting emotionally uh, like a child, Again, this is not inevitable. Once you learn how to master it, you'll be at the eagle form, and you'll you'll know not to act like that. With my Scorpio energy too, I've had to learn how to deal with that. Yeah. So, bringing us to the Virgo challenge of this part of this relationship. Nitpickiness. Scorpio trusts Virgo, especially when it's romantic. I mean, oh my god, especially when it's romantic. Infinitely when it's romantic. Whenever Scorpio is romantically involved with somebody, it's 100% full. It's there, It's very important that Virgo does not break that trust. Now again, like I was saying before, Virgo is a very trustworthy person. They're very common sense, they're very humble, they're very in touch with their values. They're very much in touch with their values. A Virgo will not do you wrong. But a Virgo will try and perfect you at their lower manifestation of energies, and they will try and analyze you to death, and they will try to, in the case of Scorpio, they will try to, they may think that they know what's best for you, and they may go about it in a very annoyingly condescending, very annoyingly matter-of-fact manner. And sometimes that can manifest even in a more challenging manifestation of the Virgo, after being involved with the Scorpio, again, romantically or otherwise, and the Virgo knowing their secrets and knowing, who the Scorpio is at their heart, that they're so very sensitive to reveal to the world, the Virgo can use that information against the Scorpio. Again, lower manifestation, not the higher manifestation at all. This is the challenge for Virgo, is, in addition to the nitpickiness, and is to cut the Scorpio where it hurts, and to really get under their skin in the worst way, and with just a couple words, it just takes that one little, and then knife in the heart. This is very much a challenge for Virgo. They need to understand. It's very important with Virgo energy to understand that we're not here to fix anyone. We're not here to perfect anyone. That ultimately, we have to be okay with ourselves before we could possibly try and offer perspective and advice for others. That acceptance is crucial, that we have to accept both ourselves and others before we possibly try and give advice. We have to make sure with our Virgo energy, and I have Neptune in the house of Virgo. It's a very, very challenging Virgo placement. It's actually one of the two most challenging Virgo placements. With this energy, we have to, but with Virgo Sun, too, and perhaps especially, this is very, very important to figure out ourselves first before we try and possibly figure out other people. Because we have to make sure our advice is coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place of wanting to truly help the other person and not try and mold them according to some bullshit standard of, our own psychological, It's very important we figure out ourselves before we try and figure out other people. Because otherwise we are inevitably trying to form them according to a standard that is just not healthy. Healthiness is crucial with Virgo energy. And healthy advice is the highest manifestation of this energy. What else? I'm gonna get some water. I know you're patient as a Scorpio or a Virgo. I think probably one of the most inspiring, most beautiful things about this relationship is how powerful these two signs are together. That composite of Libra being a cardinal sign, one of the 4 signs that starts a season throughout the year. Scorpio on their own, power, fixed water. They have such incredible power, drive. They have more power and drive than anyone else. They are able to go for a worthwhile goal infinitely. They're willing to give their lives for who they love and the causes that they fight for. The ideals that they fight for. Virgo, incredibly intelligent. Incredibly able to perceive and understand the world. Able to break things down and to chart a course, to make sense of life. When these two signs come together, that cardinal Libra, again, Libra, balance, harmony, perfect union of two different energies. These two signs, when they come together, they can go anywhere they want. With Virgo intellect and Virgo understanding, and with Scorpio power and drive and passion, they're unstoppable. And the beautiful thing is, with this Libra energy, a lot of the challenges of Virgo, a lot of the challenges of Scorpio are let go. Virgo's allowed to relax and not be so earth-minded. They're able to allow things to flow like air, like Libra. And Scorpio, too, they're not quite so emotional. And again, emotions are a beautiful thing, but it really helps to have some intellectual understanding of emotions. And through this relationship, both have that, but it greatly behooves Scorpio, that's for fucking sure. And again, they're an unstoppable team. They truly are. You know, with my 2 best friends, you know, there's such a harmony, there's such a balance. I've told them it's so beautiful to see them together because they're both happier. They're both there's all these different sides of them coming out too that are so awesome, so deep, and so hidden before, so unactualized before, that are now coming to be because of this relationship.